Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Above me, you are seeing Wizard's Respite Ash.
Hello.
And this is The Last Tea Shop, The Endless Road. The Last Tea Shop is a game based off of a solo journaling game by Springleaf Villager. You can find that game on itch.io. All the music here is done by the man who makes the music, my brother Nick Van Sliders. You're about to watch a 15-minute episode. Hope you enjoy. We'll get right into it. Alright, here we go, everybody. We just finished The Farmer. We're about to get into the next episode. We've decided to keep all our special roles for the beginning of the episode. I think that's the better place for it. So I have to, as the kind of runner of the game sort of thing, I have to decide who the next person is. The way this game works is you kind of pick one of two paths to move through. We are on the lantern path, and we already got Farmer. So what I will be doing is rolling d6. I'll be looking at a chart, figuring out who the next visitor is. Meanwhile, Wiz is going to roll what the weather's going to be like and what the mood is, because the mood is kind of the huge part of the improv, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so 1d6, adding it to Farmer. So we are dealing with... Oof. Is that a special one or just a thing? I don't know if I want to necessarily tell you what it is. I kind of want to do it in game.
Okay.
It's not a special one. It's a really cool one that I've never gotten before. Okay.
Okay. I'm excited. Real improv here.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Okay, so the mood, the weather is going to be a warm golden light, and the emotion is hope.
Ooh, I got some ideas. Okay, last question. We have to decide how the person is related to the last person, right? Because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So I should roll that, right?
So I think that is just something you come up with.
Oh. Okay. All right. I think I've already got some ideas. I do love this game. Everybody, this is what's great about this game. Is it just it once it's in your head, it just it spawns its own stuff.
It does. It's great for writing. Okay, so should we start? I'd say maybe this one starts off in the morning.
What was the weather? It was hope for the
warm
mood,
golden
right?
light is the atmosphere, and hope is the emotion.
Okay. All right.
So I figure warm golden light sounds like, and hope sounds like the dawning of a new day. It's right at dawn. The sun is rising, but there's a heavy mist that kind of glows with this bright golden light all around this forest as the sun slowly creeps up the horizon. And the air, the atmosphere out there seems rather hopeful. It's just the start of a new day.
When you're in the tea shop, you're kind of keep using compulsed, but that's not. You're kind of inspired to go to the door and open the door. You feel that your next customer is on their way. You're not exactly sure how you're feeling the next customer on the way. In fact, you're still kind of wondering what you're doing here and how you got here, or even how you know how to do all of this stuff. But nonetheless, you almost move completely of your own not completely of your own volition. And you open the door, and again, there's the mist. The mist starts to show you kind of like a large man. He bears a striking resemblance in the face to the old man that you just met, but he's younger. You're not exactly sure why he's younger, but you see him kind of running through streets and chasing things. You see a lighthouse kind of flashing, but the lighthouse slowly becomes like moves down, and as it flashes, it becomes a badge. And then, sure enough, you see this guy kind of walk out of the mist. He's medium build. He's got a little bit of a belly pooch. He's definitely lost hair from stress, but still trying to keep it around. So he's got kind of this weird, kind of ugly skullet going on that if you just met him might make him look meaner than he actually is. He has a shoulder holster and a gun next to his side. Something about that gun makes you feel like it's there because he needs it to be there, sort of thing. And he looks extremely confused as he walks out of the mist. And he goes, yeah. Hey, you're the first person I've seen in a while. Do you know where I am? Because I was doing something. I was doing something important. And now, now I'm walking through like the fairyland. So I was wondering if you might know something about that.
You seem to have gotten lost in the mist, sir. This is a little tea shop. Why don't you come in for a minute? I'll put a kettle on for you.
He kind of looks almost a little panicked, and he goes, yeah, lost in the mist. Look, I really gotta get back. I was doing something important. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, sir. I can tell that you're a man of deliberate action, but there's no little you can do out there with all of this everywhere. You'll get lost. Why don't you come in and see if you can't wait a little bit. Let the wind clear out the morning dew.
It's like, all right, okay, I feel like that's the right thing to do. And then he kind of follows you and he goes, so what's your name?
I sort of look at him for a minute and I sort of scratch my head. Just call me Smith.
Gotta mark that down.
He's confused. He's a little like it was hard to pull out his name. He's not even 100%. Like something's off. Like he's not feeling a little off. Like troubled by that question.
You can see that the guy kind of looks at you, and he goes, all right, Smith. I met a lot of Smiths. What I do, and I gotta say, not always a great name to choose, if you know what I mean. And then he sits down. This candle is gauche.
Thank you. It was there when I moved in. I came here. Why don't I start you a pot of tea, sir? Tell me, as I put the kettle over the fire. Tell me, sir. This is a long path you took to get all the way out here. It seems like maybe you're looking for something. You're seeking something. What might that have been, and why did you want it so badly?
Yeah, I work for a special unit of the FBI. We find missing persons. I specialize in finding missing kids. We call ourselves the lighthouse keepers, if you know what I mean. Like we're keeping them away from the rocks. I've got some of the highest success rate of finding them kids as anybody else out there. I'm pretty proud of it myself.
Were you looking for one of these kids out here in the mist?
He looks at you. I'm always looking for one of them kids. I need to find them. I need to get them back to their parents. Nah. You make me want to tell stories. You do. There's something about you that makes me want to tell stories to you.
Sometimes, opening up and telling stories helps us remember things. Helps us find things. What do you say I make you a draft of memory tea? Maybe it'll help you find some clue that you were missing.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about that sounds really good.
I pull out the crystal quartz I just found and pour it over the water over it into the kettle to let it steep, and I ask, my last visitor was a farmer, a potato farmer. Think you might have known him.
Potato farmer. There's only one potato farmer I know, and that's Uncle John. He is a crazy old bastard. It was always nice when we go back out to his house, but we didn't go there much. You know, my dad was his brother, you know, that whole thing. And they didn't really get along because my dad wanted to go to the big city and, like, leave that farming life behind. So he moved into New York, moved in with my mom, and, you know, it was just a normal factory worker. But yeah, Uncle John was a good guy. I feel like he had a lonely life, though, you know what I mean?
Sometimes doing hard work can isolate us, but sometimes it's important, wouldn't you say?
It is important. It's definitely important, Sonny Jim. I tell you what. You give him the tea?
I do.
He takes a little sip and he goes, yeah, that is exactly what I'm talking about. That hits the spot. I gotta say, no offense to you or your tea shop, but it's very unnerving. You know what I mean? Kind of feels like a last stop, if you know what I'm saying. Think maybe that's why it feels like I gotta tell you stuff. But honestly, when I was a kid, my brother, he was 7. He got taken, and we never found him. Never got him back. Don't even know if he lived or he died. Just lost to us. Killed my dad, killed my mom. That's why I dedicated my life to this. I mean, I've been through 3 different wives. I got 2 kids with 2 different ones just because they could never handle it. I can't walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a kid out there lost, I just see my brother and I gotta go find them. No matter what time of day, no matter whose birthday parties I miss, no matter how many anniversaries I skip. And that's on me. I mean, it's not fair to them, but at the same time, what you gonna do, you know? I just couldn't let anybody else's kid be lost.
Sometimes things only appear to be lost, but they're always somewhere, which is, I think, maybe why you do what you do. You know that it's somewhere out there. But now that you've been walking through the mist and you've spent so much time out there looking for kids that have been missing, tell me, where do you think you're going to go from here? What do you think you're going to find as you move forward? Beyond this tea shop, into the forest? What's out there for you? What are you looking for now?
I don't know. You know, I've been looking for my brother so long. I mean, really, as much as I say it's other kids, I'm looking for my brother. But looking for my brother so long, I don't know what to look for. I guess maybe a little rest wouldn't hurt, but how am I supposed to do that? Real lighthouse keeper, you know? You can't just take a day off and let the boats hit the rocks. I don't know, I feel like whatever's there for me next, it's gonna be same thing. I'm gonna be keeping some boats from hitting the rocks, you know what I'm saying?
I do. You are a man who's driven and who's on a mission. But let me ask you something before you leave the shop. What do you think you will regret in this life? Something that maybe, as you watch those boats, wherever it is you're headed to next, you won't leave behind or leave unseen.
I don't know. You know, there's so many other kids out there, so many people out there that you can't get to. I mean, I guess you never get to them, right? But if I have to regret anything, it's not finding my brother in the first place. Drives me nuts. Probably drive me nuts in whatever's out there. Let me ask you a question. You seem kind of like a lighthouse keeper yourself. So, what will you regret?
Sort of lean back. I suppose I would regret not helping those find their path, if it comes to that. If one of my visitors gets lost in the mist, that I would regret. Now, something to remember, I think maybe, is that even getting lost in the mist or disappearing when you're a child, you're never really just gone. You're somewhere. No matter what, you're always somewhere. I think maybe it just takes a little bit of time to find your way along the path, to find others along the path, the ones that you thought were missing.
The mist, again, kind of begs you to have him look out the window.
I point towards the window.
It's a pretty run-of-the-mill resolution for him. He sees all the kids that he brought home, all of the stuff that he got to bring home. And then at the very end, he sees his brother's face. And you see like a tear roll down his cheek because... And this kind of hits you as a tea shop owner because the first one, and you feel like the other ones, if there were other ones, were there for you to resolve something. But there's just no way to resolve this guy's issue. There's no possible way to like help this guy be okay with this. So you just have to help him move on from this. And there is a little bit there's a little bit of a pain for the tea shop owner here because like almost like you feel like you failed a little bit. It's a personal feeling, but not like you didn't fail a check or anything, but like you feel like you didn't quite get this guy where he needed to be, and there's nothing you could have done about it. But nonetheless, the candle plops on right afterwards, and this time it plops on, and it's just there's something about it. It looks almost blue. The light does, and the guy goes, "Thanks for the tea." Rubs the tear away from his eye and goes, Guess I gotta keep looking in the forest for whatever's next for me, right?" And he pulls the candle and kind of lights it, and then he goes to leave. So he walks out into the mist and into the forest.
The tea shop owner is going to be kind of struck by this. He's going to sort of sit on the front porch of his little tea shop staring after him for a long time, hoping that he finds his way through the path.
All right, we will end the episode there. That was another episode of The Last Tea Shop, The Endless Road. Come back next week where we do another customer. And yeah, check out wizardsrespite.com for all of your fun TTRPG needs. Check out everything Old Man Gaming has to offer you. And you can also check out the base game for this wonderful game, The Last Tea Shop, Springleaf Villager. You just search Last Tea Shop on itch.io and you can actually get it for free. It's an amazing game. And we'll see you guys next week.